This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you live from the Sprott Symposium 2018 here in Vancouver, BC, Canada. With me today is Peter Dasler, CanAlaska Uranium Ltd. It's a publicly traded company. I'm going to give you two symbols, CVV on the TSX-V and CVVUF in the US. Peter, welcome back to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure. Please tell our audience a brief overview of the company and we'll go from there.
Well, CanAlaska has been principally involved in uranium for the last 14 years. In the last 3 years, we got heavily involved into nickel exploration as well as some copper projects. These are all energy metals. We see the market changing with everyone driving electric cars, and you've got to supply those electric cars with electricity. So we've got an interesting portfolio that a lot of people are starting to follow.
Now let's get a little history on the company, if you would.
We started in 2014. We recognized that there was an opportunity to find more uranium in Canada's Athabasca Basin. And since then, we've had partnerships with Mitsubishi Corporation through MC Resources of Canada. We've had partnerships with Korean Resources, Korean Electric Power, and a number of other companies which have assisted us to put money into the ground to outline targets. Now, unfortunately, the last 6 years have been slow because there's been less demand for nuclear power since Fukushima. It has all changed in the last few months. In fact, it's been building for 6 months. In the last 3 months, we've seen a lot of changes in the uranium space. China's still building. There are 34 countries chasing nuclear power now because it's cheap, clean, it doesn't pollute.
What's unique about CanAlaska?
I think the partnerships we've got in the uranium space, the coverage in nickel, copper, and uranium.
Now, what is your competitive advantage?
Well, the main advantage is we've got the biggest uranium miner in Canada working on our property right now. They're in a $12.5 million staged option. They've made a discovery close to their giant mine at McArthur River.
Now, what is the track record that both you and your support staff and C-level management have in this area?
Well, my exploration manager, Carl Sheeman, drilled the very first hole into the very first high-grade uranium deposit in Canada. That became a 200 million pound deposit, 19% uranium. Absolutely stunning in terms of grade and size. He was also the manager of operations there for 10 years. So that mine went into operation. We recognized that there were more opportunities like that, and he brought a team of people together, geologists and geophysicists. And with Mitsubishi's help and with Korean investment, we've also been able to find more targets of similar style. So I think our team has been absolutely excellent in developing targets as we thought we would back in 2004, 5, and 6.
What's your background?
I'm an exploration geologist, 40 years in the business, mining and exploration. I have a background in running large iron ore mines, but I've been in Vancouver for the last 30 years, practicing exploration, working on various projects across Canada, mostly copper projects, but since 2004, 100% focused on uranium.
Now, you're a public company, so only tell me what you can. What are some growth drivers?
Our discovery is definitely the driver we're going for right now. We've seen NextGen become a $1 billion company in 3 years with a 200 million pound discovery. We think that's the type of target we should be. We've got Cameco, the world's highest grade uranium miner, drilling on our property looking for a tier 1 discovery. That is the number one point. We've got 6 other uranium projects, but that is the number one point.
Let's get your website out for more information, if you would.
It's CanAlaska.com. Very easy to get hold of us. Info@CanAlaska.com at any particular time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Dasler, CanAlaska Uranium Ltd. It's a publicly traded company. I'm going to give you two symbols, CVV on the TSX-V and CVVUF in the US. I'm Shelley Craft. This is SNNLive. We're coming to you live from the Sprott Symposium 2018 in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Peter, always a pleasure. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Shelley. Thanks very much.